If I were to ask you right now, what's one thing that's leaking revenue in your business that you're completely ignoring? I'll give you a hint. It's your welcome sequence. And nobody thinks about these. Whether it's one email like mine used to be, or if it is a whole series, but you're just not paying attention to it because it hasn't been updated in years. So I have no doubt you're probably paying attention to a ton of other things in your business, other funnels, other pages, stuff you need AI to do for you and update and hashtag all the things. Trust me, I get it. But this is one of those things that's actually costing you money because it's leaking leads without even your knowledge. But today I'm going to actually show you how to plug that leak, and we're going to be using it inside ClarityScribe. And it'll also extract out all the bits from the lead magnet of what is attracting the person to your email list to begin with, as well as your offer that you eventually want them to buy. Because you're definitely going to need all of that stuff so that when we start to plug the leak and we get the one fixed for the welcome sequence, when we move on to fixing a leak that you're not probably aware of in your abandoned cart sequence, you just wanted to know all the stuff about you without having to exhaustively go through prompt after prompt, combo after combo. Ain't nobody got time for that. So let's jump into the video and we'll fix your welcome sequence. So your dashboard should mimic exactly the way mine does once you have done the branding brain and you went through all the stuff that we talked about in the previous video. I'll make sure I link that up in the information card so you can check that out. But first thing you want to do is click New Project. Go ahead and give that a name. I'll just call this W-S- for the moment, and you'll see that there is a drop down for different options, maybe depending on your plan, as well as depending on new features as they release. But for this one, we just needed to say document. Then from there, just click on create new project. It'll load you over to where you will now see the ClarityScribe tool belt. And your tool belt is all of these various tools that you can quickly access, as well as Genie Chat, that if you ever need to strategize or come up with a lead magnet and you want to talk more about it or talk through that, this is where you come to do that. But we'll dive into Genie Chat in a different video. But for this one, you just want to click on welcome emails. And this is where you will see all of the various sections for like adding in what the lead magnet name is and hashtag all of the things. However, me being a preparer, I already have that information in over here. And then again, you can have multiple projects. So if you want to do this for multiple clients, you can do so. But for me, we just need to do it one time. Now, I have over here in the document section for your text section, I like to add in exactly what I plan to type or whatever I end up typing, number one, visually, so I can see it on a bigger canvas. And then secondly, so if I ever want to change this down the road, or we update it, or we need to change what the lead magnet is or change what the offer is, I don't have to think back from scratch. I have it all over here and it will save that information. But for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste in all my information into those different sections. But all you need is your lead magnet name, the problem that lead magnet solves, the offer name that you eventually want to, lead them towards, as well as the offer description. And there is more details in each of those boxes just to further help you understand. So when it comes to the offer description, describe the bonuses, all of the different things that make it mouth watering, like I like to say, for an offer, as well as anything that's included with it, from the benefits to the features, hashtag all the things. But I'll paste in all my stuff here because we're just going to do for this one-on-one coaching, because that's something that a lot of people offer in their business. All right, so we have everything in there. Once we click on create email, just make sure you don't click out of this box. You'll see that it loads across the top of the screen. It really only takes less than a minute, several seconds really. And then once it's done, you'll be good to go. And already it is done. And this is broken down across 5 emails. And of course, that first email is going to be email 0, which is going to be delivering the thing that they wanted. So this one kicks off and says, hey there, thanks for grabbing the AI power prompts. Glad you're here. Let's skip the preamble, click below, download the prompts, and put them to work today. And you can always change the language, tweak it, or what have you. But that way it at least gives you what you need. And then you can always, because you'll need to add this stuff in there, the actual link. So this is a faux link. It won't take you really anywhere other than back to ClarityScribe. But that way, just replace that hyperlink. So this also begins the part where you're seeding now to bring this person in and giving them a reason to stick around for email number 2. So I'll just go ahead and read it. So my guess here is that you grab this one for one of three reasons. You've been staring at ClarityScribe AI for 3 days and still haven't written a single sentence worth keeping. You know the tool has potential, but without the right setup, every output sounds like it was written by someone who's never met your business. Or number 3, you're hoping this isn't another 47-page PDF you'll save to a folder called resources, never open again. It's designed to be used in the next hour. Honestly, it only takes 20 minutes. It's less than 20 minutes, actually. And again, go in there. So it's starting to talk about the problems, the pains, the issues, the annoyances, all the things that your audience would be dealing with. And that's going to be specific to the details that you put into your offer. So if you don't like the copy, go back and save the input. And again, that's why I put it over there in the text box, and so that it's like, I forgot to mention this. It's like, I could add in this or bundle that. And so the ideas start to flow. Then we move over to email number 2. It says why your copy isn't converting. This is a problem that people have issues with. And so here's something I hear on almost every client call I take. I know my offer is good. I just can't figure out why my people aren't buying. 9 times out of 10, the offer isn't the problem. It's the copy. Now, this again is getting now into testimonial, or starting to really agitate the problem and solution and talk about the fact that you offer coaching. And so it's that, again, starting to seed there is a solution, but let's talk about the problem and start to lead them towards a solution. Then we go down to the 3rd email, which is now going to be a testimonial. And I'm going to tell you real quick, if you don't have a testimonial, don't freak out. Even if it's a new offer and you just don't have testimonials for it yet, you can use a previous one. It's not trying to lie and say it's for that offer, but you can say people that I've worked with before or people that have taken my courses before have said things like that kind of stuff. So if you don't have one, that's fine. Or if you are looking at something that you're offering that, again, you just don't have a testimonial for it, think outside the box. Think of comments, conversations, the stuff that you've had in the DM, and change the language so that it better fits the situation that you're actually in. Then if we move on to the 4th email, now it's starting to overcome objections, problems, questions, concerns, things that people have. So subject line up here, which you can go with these, or you can use the subject line tool and ClarityScribe to give you some more. It says, can 1 hour actually fix my copy? Again, it says, hey there, I wouldn't start them all off the same way. Make sure you give it more of your spunk. Real quick tip, add in your stories if you haven't already done that all the stuff that you add in during the branding brain, you can start with as little as you have, but continue to beef it up over time. Or as you remember a story, go and add that to your story bank. Right now, this particular account has none, so it's working with what it has. It says, the question I hear the most about the copy audit session is 1 hour really enough to make a difference? And that would be a concern. Was like, well, I have a whole sales page that I need to go through. I don't know if that's going to work. So it starts to go into that. And then finally, with email number 5, now we start to get more into a bit of the sales situation of here's what I have. So this is the last email in the sequence. I definitely wouldn't write that. So your invitation to book the copy audit at this stage is open today. Again, this is not what I would write for this particular session if I'm going through the process. However, sometimes it's easier to know what to write when you're like, no, I don't want that. I would actually do this instead. Great. Make that change. It's like, so it's decision time. You've seen how the sessions work. You've read what it looks like for Priya as well as for Marcus, but I know the actual question underneath all of that is, will this make my situation better? The answer is yes. So that goes into, again, it has a little bit of my writing essence in here based on the sample details and stuff that I put in here, but it's not 100% with that Diana gooey goodness. Yes. However, when you start to go through the process of writing out your own copy, when you start to notice those hallmarks, it's like, I wouldn't say there, I wouldn't say hey there, or such and such. Go back into your custom audience, go into your stories. The more that you add in there, the more that it's like, oh, okay, you wouldn't do this, you would do this instead. And it learns you, as well as the tool continues to get updated, it continues to get better and better. But now you can start to see with the welcome sequence, it's like, oh, I don't have a problem and solution thing in there. Oh, I don't have any testimonials about what it's like to actually work with me or what people have said. Also think about screenshots. When we have a situation where we're in right now, where people have trust issues. They are very concerned, like, is this worth the money? Is it worth my time? Do I even feel bothered? That's why you will see, if you don't have a solid welcome sequence, people will download something and then they'll delete it. And a lot of us have been guilty of that as well. It's like, no, I just want the free thing. I don't want any of the rest of that stuff. And that's fine. There'll be some of those regardless, but we don't want to lose leads unnecessarily. So now when we start to look at things like, where are some other leaks that we have? If we start to plug this one, we keep them on the email list, we warm them up to us because they're also getting your content emails and stuff as well. But now it's like, okay, for my offers, I need to fix some other stuff. So now we can do some real work and dive into some of the things you should have for your offers inside ClarityScribe. So now that we have that leak plug for the welcome sequence, the next up is the abandoned cart sequence. Every product, every offer, everything that someone can buy something from you, there needs to be a way for you to basically win back that business. Whether they're busy, they're driving, and they just don't have the money at that particular moment, or maybe they don't have their card available. We want to make sure that, hey, it's been an hour, it's been 2 hours, it's been a day, it's been whatever, so that we can win back that business. And this is one of the best ways to get sales that you've already won. You just need to finish the process. So in the next video, we're going to be diving into your abandoned cart sequence, and you can check out the video on the screen so that you can start plugging that leak next.